Hey, y'all. Welcome to More Lovin', the podcast that brings more laughter, light, and love into everyday life. I'm your host, Leanne Austin, and together we'll rediscover the beauty of connection to your body, your mind, your spirit, and the people you love. Today's episode, number 216. Forge Your Own Path with Jennifer Knight. I love observing and connecting with people who bring more lovin' into their lives and their relationships. It's so inspiring to see how each person does it in their own way. We have the incredible Jennifer Knight sharing some beautiful love and relationship insights with us today. All right, Jen, tell us a little bit about you.
Oh, hi, I am so glad to be here, Leanne. I really appreciate you having me on. Um, it's so funny that you used to tell us about you because honestly, that's one of the questions that is the hardest that for me to answer because a lot of times when we ask this question, we're asking, like, well, what do you do? Like, how can we put you in a context, right? And I do a lot of things. And so what I've kind of settled on is I'm a creative entrepreneur. You like that?
I
Because
love that.
it kind of means, okay, I do a lot of stuff. And frankly, some of these things are a little random. But I guess I should say first, I'm a mom of two teenagers and a wife, which is really fun. I live in the Napa Valley. But the things I do, I'm a voice actor. I voice mostly commercials, but I do a few video games and talking toys and some fun stuff and some boring old like corporate narration stuff. I'm a singer. I have a rock band, an original rock band called Mama Said, and we are releasing music currently from our second album now, which is very exciting. I own a craft coffee company with my husband. We have a production facility and a roastery here in Napa, and then we also have a mobile truck and two coffee shops in wine country, one in Napa and one in Sonoma. And I'm our creative director, so that keeps me busy. And several years ago, after experiencing so much transformation with life coaching, I decided to certify as a life coach myself. So I'm a life coach as well, and that's how, for your audience, how I know Leanne, because we did a pretty life-changing advanced certification in trauma-informed coaching, where I got to meet some amazing women and yeah, go deeper into that work, which is very satisfying as well.
I love that. Oh my goodness. Creative entrepreneur, is that what you said? Is that what you
That
called it? Kind of.
that's what I'm going with, creative entrepreneur.
There are so many amazing things in there, Jen. I love that. I love that. Ah, beautiful, beautiful. Well, tell us, how do you bring more loving into your life and businesses, and how has that impacted your relationships?
Okay, such a good question. As I was thinking this, I was thinking, I consider myself a giver of permission. I like to encourage others and myself to really just go for it, like whatever makes you feel most alive. I really love thinking about what is the fullest expression of myself. And because, I think that the world needs our fullest expression, and I think a lot of us play small. So we have these sort of secret desires, like we know on some level that we're meant for more, but we meet that with, preconceived notions, our conditionings from childhood, limiting beliefs, that sort of thing, like we're not enough, it's too late, we're not good enough, etc. But those voices are not necessarily telling the truth, right? I believe that we are immensely capable and powerful when we are aligned with our true desires. And so that's the love that I want to bring into the world. And so I try to do this with my personal relationship just by encouraging others, and also for the women that I coach. And then I like to bring this message through my music. Like my band, we're in our 50s. We're Gen Xers, right? We're writing and releasing this original music and playing shows. And in a lot of ways this doesn't make sense, right? Like for sure the industry did not give us permission, like for women to be seen as powerful on stage, or to have a voice even, right? So it takes a lot of courage to put myself out there, but I hope that other women will see us out there and think, well, if they can do it, maybe I can do it, right? And so that we can start to just empower each other seeing ourselves living bigger lives, that just actualizing those secret desires. That's really what I hope to bring, and what our music is about too. Our music is about empowerment, self-actualization, radical self-love, right? But wrapped up in good old rock and roll, right? It is definitely like big, alive, not take itself too seriously rock music. So that's kind of fun. That's really how I like to bring more love.
I love that. And I love your music. I've been blessed to hear you sing at the retreat that we were at. And I'm like, oh my goodness, Jen has the most beautiful voice. And I love how you make it rock and roll and all the empowerment that you bring. So I highly recommend listening to her music, and it's amazing. So that's cool. Very cool. All right. So, what is something you love about yourself and why?
I I like that at this time in my life, I'm a little bit of a rebel. I'm like, I'm a recovering rule follower, like that good girl pleaser. And I've really worked in my later years to forge my own path. Like I'm right now, I feel like finally I'm living life on my terms. And it wasn't always like that, right? I went to college and I went to grad school and I worked in healthcare for 15 years because that was sort of what was expected of me. And I thought that's what I was supposed to do. Even though I felt much more of a creative calling to do something more creative. So I kind of, I went against myself in that way. Really wasn't until my daughter was born in 2008 that, because when you bring a child into the world kind of snaps things into focus, right? So I realized that I decided that trading time for money with a child at home that wasn't going to be enough for me anymore. So just no longer acceptable. So because that was time away from her, right? So I was going to, if I was going to work, I was going to have to do something that fed my soul, right? So I left healthcare and I became a voice actor, which makes no sense, right? But I always thought I had this creative calling, and I always loved commercials. Like, I know that's such a weird, random thing. I just loved commercials, and when I had that moment where somebody gets paid to voice those commercials, right? Well, that could be me. Why not me? Right? So that was sort of the beginning of me really listening to my own voice as opposed to the outside voices that can be, really loud. So I certainly had that voice like, this is too risky. Yeah, it's too late. I'm too old. This doesn't make sense. It's too competitive and all of that stuff. But I just decided that I was going to be the fullest expression of myself. I decided I was willing to be seen trying. I was willing to be uncomfortable, and I was willing to be with myself through all of it, right? I knew God loves me. I love me. And I'm going to be okay no matter what. So the upside of that, there's been a lot of discomfort, all of that too. But the upside of that is, I've gotten to walk red carpets. My music I get DMs saying that my music has moved people from all over the world. I got to live announce as a voice actor, a sitting president, like, and the VP in the last administration. I've gotten to, I had a go-go play with my band. The drummer from the Go-Go's played a song with my band. Like, so the upside is I've had these amazing experiences. So it's worth it. It's worth it.
Yes. And I love that you love your voice and you were willing to be uncomfortable to share all this amazingness with the world. That is so tender.
Yeah. And it was a decision because
Yes.
it wasn't, I decided I would stay, and it's not always easy. And sometimes I'm like, I'm crazy, but it was definitely a decision that I have to recalibrate to periodically, because it's not always the fun stuff. So,
Yeah. And being willing to feel that discomfort and the growth that has become because you're willing to feel it. That's
yes,
incredible, Jen.
yes,
I love that.
yes.
Cool. Cool, cool, cool. All right. So, what do you think about connection with others or yourself? And anything come to mind with that?
Yeah. I love this because this has been on my mind a lot. When I think about connecting with others and myself, the thing that comes up very strongly is unconditional love.
Mm.
God loves us unconditionally. And that is so powerful. And I want to be more like that. So it doesn't mean that I don't have boundaries. Of course I do. But I grew up as a perfectionist and somehow along the road, I learned that I had to earn love and be worthy of acceptance. It was always tied to performance, you know?
Mhm.
So now in my life, to experience unconditional love, like even when I'm doing it wrong, when I'm grouchy, when I'm not my best, I'm small, I'm, acting from anxiety or fear, even when I'm not awesome and I'm still loved, that is so incredibly powerful. That is the safety, right? That is the force that allows us to be our best self, our most connected and our most guided. So, and I think that a lot of bad behavior, a lot of hurtful behavior stems from people feeling they don't have love. They're lonely. They don't feel understood. They're not. They don't feel connected. So I try to dish that out judiciously in my relationships personally. But I hope that really that it moves the needle in a more global way. There's a lot
Mhm.
going on, right? And a lot of people are scared and upset. And so I just think when I'm tempted to withdraw love, I think to myself, more love, not less. How can I be
Mhm.
more curious, less judgmental, and just, it's that's my walking when it comes to that. I think it's truly transformative. And when you're the recipient of that, oh my God, that's so good.
Mhm.
It feels
Mhm.
great.
That's amazing. Just the more loving. I mean, tying in
Yeah,
more loving
yeah,
to all of these things. And I think that unconditional love, especially for ourselves, like you've shared that so beautifully, like, growing up as a perfectionist and all these kinds of things, but willing to let that go and have unconditional love, whatever we're doing and whatever mess we're in, makes it so much easier to share that with others.
yeah,
So
yeah.
beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
I love that. Yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to share? And where can our listeners connect with you or go to learn more about you?
I am not above a shameless plug.
Yeah,
And
do
listen,
it.
to connect with me, there's a lot of places. The best place where I changed my Instagram handle to Jennifer underscore Knight with a K underscore HQ for headquarters because that's sort of where I funnel all of it. So on
Okay.
Instagram, Jennifer underscore Knight underscore HQ. That's where I post about anything that I've got going on: music, coffee, coaching, voice acting. But if you want to follow my band, which I highly recommend, you can go to mamasaidband.com or you can go to at Mama Said Band NV, that's for Napa Valley, on Instagram or Facebook. And then we're on Spotify. So go to Mama Said and listen to our music on Spotify. We've got a whole album called Changing the Weather. And then we've got two releases from our second album out there. Ohm Coffee Roasters, if you are a coffee lover, you might want to try Ohm Coffee. It's OHM. Ohm is the measure of electrical resistance. My husband is the roaster and founder, and he's also the guitar player in the band. So he's very into amplifiers, guitar playing, music, coffee. It all sort of is interwoven. So ohmcoffee.com. We ship everywhere in the U.S. And you can find that on Instagram, Facebook, at Ohm Coffee Roasters. And I'm a voice actor. If anybody cares about that, you can find me at Jennifer Knight Voice VO.com. And
Okay.
my coaching is Jennifer Knight lifecoach.com.
And I'll put all these in the show notes as well so people can find them. But I love that you have so many different things. I mean, it just shows that creative entrepreneurness, like
Yes.
doing all these amazing things. That's so cool, Jen. Awesome.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Awesome. All right. So, what is your favorite quote about love and how has it shaped your life and relationships?
Okay, it's a long one, so I have to read it. Um, it's by Rilke. I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly, but Rilke. It says, "Be patient toward all that is unsolved in your heart, and try to love the questions themselves, like locked rooms and like books that are now written in a very foreign tongue. Do not now seek the answers which cannot be given you, because you would not be able to live them now. And the point is to live everything. Live the questions now. Perhaps you will then gradually, without noticing it, live along some distant day into the answer." And I just love that.
That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Live everything and live the questions now.
Live the questions now, because I I had this notion that problems were problems and we need to solve them and we need to solve them now. And that, I very easily got into an activation of just fight or flight. Like we have to fix this, we have to figure it out. And I would spend just there was a lot of ruminating and trying and urgent action and trying to fix things. But this quote sort of was the beginning of me living into oh, like, first of all, creating solutions from the energy that created a problem, like that's not always the best place to solve things from, that sort of anxious frenetic energy. And to realize that I could just be with what is now and accept that and allow that and see how that informs me and what, like, just to give it space. That was really big for me because I was very much a fixer and a doer. So I return to this quote when things are going wrong and remember that nothing's gone wrong. There's something for me in this now, even the question, and to live that question now and not try to rush into solving it, and being open and curious just to what is now. So that it was powerful for me as a young woman, and I've returned to it many times.
That is beautiful. I love that quote, and definitely something to think about, the nowness of it all. So
Yeah.
awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jen, for sharing your love and your insights and all the amazing things you do with us today. So appreciate you.
You are appreciated too. Listen, we are so lucky to have your podcast, these little bites of inspiration and nuggets of transformation, really. So thanks for all you do too, Leanne. It's
Ah,
amazing.
bless you. Well, here's to unconditional love, forging your own path, connection, and more loving. Have a good one, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. If you're ready to take what we talk about here and make it personal, let's work together one-on-one. I'll help you calm your nervous system, strengthen your relationships, and create more loving, laughter, and calm in your life. You can find all the details at leanneaustin.com. Until next time, keep choosing fun, connection, and a whole lot more loving. Have a good one, y'all.